and ready to go. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Mike, for cueing that song. Well, it is true. It is Friday again, and that's a great song. Actually, a remake from back in the day, actually, days that I would go out dancing and clubbing, and they brought that one back, and it's a good one. So thank you for tuning in today. You are listening to The Financial Chick Show, and I am The Financial Chick. This is Denise Nostrom, the CEO and owner of Diversified Financial Solutions, a full-service independent financial planning firm located in Medford. I am here live every Friday from 5:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. on 103.9 LA News Radio. Your Financial Chick is here to help you make better financial decisions and choices to improve your life and reduce your anxiety and stress about money. If you have any questions on anything we discuss here on the show, you can check out my website at financialchickshow.com. If you missed any of the shows, you can listen to them under the Media tab on the website. We are also on Facebook at Diversified Financial Solutions, so like our page and get updates and see what is happening. We have also rebooted our Instagram page, so check it out at Diversified Financial Solutions. So here we are, Friday, right before the Labor Day weekend. I don't even know. It's been kind of a strange week. I don't know if anybody felt it. We definitely felt it in the office this week. People seemed, they were a bit on edge and a little anxious. I think we all can use this holiday weekend to relax and recharge. So hopefully everybody's geared up and ready to do that. I know I need it. I'm just looking forward to not having to think and just be and just exist this weekend. It's been super, super busy, and it's good. I like to be busy. That's how I roll. But the next few months tend to be very busy as we barrel into the end of the year. So I'm a numbers chick, right, too. So, but can you believe that there's less than 4 months left in the year? So I don't even know how that happened. But my kids started school on Wednesday, as I'm sure many of you out there, either listening while you're driving or at your destination of where you're going to be for the long weekend. But we saw those kids go off to school, whether it be to the high school, the middle school, the elementary, or colleges. I still see some people taking their kids to colleges as well. So it's pretty exciting. So, my daughter started on Wednesday, and but she was only there for 2 days, and she was off today. She's going to be in school 2 days next week, and then 4 days the following week. The week after that will finally be a full week. So being a routine person, like it's all over the place, but we'll get it back together. So, but the good news is that they are in school and back with their friends and teachers. They're required to wear their masks, but they are where they need to be to get back to learning face to face. I just feel it even with my clients. I did a couple of Zoom meetings this week with clients, and it's great. I mean, in lieu of not doing anything, it's great to be able to speak to people, but I feel that the element of technology, you tend to lose a little bit as opposed to being in the same room face to face. So the kids definitely had that whole situation for the past year or so plus. So we're just praying that the Delta variant doesn't put a damper on the school year, because like I said, it's where they need to be. I know most of the kids are happy, and I think most of the teachers are happy too. I'm sure there's a few that would wish it a different way, but hey, that's America. We all have choice and we all have freedom. So that's the beauty of it. So today was an interesting day. So the jobs report came out today, and they weren't that great, actually. So the payrolls, well, not the payrolls, but the actual, this is the payrolls. The payrolls, whatever they come out with these numbers, kind of bring it down, dumb it down, I guess, for us, all these numbers always to seem like, they're in another universe, but there's always estimates. And what happens is we put out an estimate, or the government puts out an estimate, and then we see how close we get, if we're on target, if we surpassed it, or whatever. So the actual target, or the expected number, was 733,000, meaning that's how many new jobs that they were expecting. It came in at 235,000. So it was really, really way below where it should have been. Now, being a rational individual, that's typically something that does occur in the month of August. Because think about change. We are now going into a new phase. People are going back to school. Teachers are going back to school. Kids are stopping their summer jobs and maybe not, getting a job while going to school or being in college. So there is usually a little bit of a jostling with the numbers from the August to the September month change, just because of all the dynamics. However, this was a real disparity, and it was really, really off. The unemployment rate is at 5.2%, and that went down a little bit. So it was 5.4, it went down to 5.2. So it dipped, but it was at a high of 14.4 at the worst of the pandemic. But we were, prior to the pandemic, at a 50-year low of 3.5. So there's definitely still a lot of work to be done. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Sometimes they revise these things, but it's probably what it is. But the interesting part of it all is that, why is it important? Why am I even talking about this? It may be affecting you job-wise. It may not be affecting you job-wise. But in the end, it affects us all. And let me tell you why. People working is a good thing. What that means is that they're paying taxes. They're paying into the federal taxes. They're paying state taxes. They're paying Social Security. And they're paying Medicare. So why is that important? Well, federal, on the national level, we need money to make the country run, right? On the state level, same thing. We need money on the state. But now for people that are hoping to be on Social Security or are on Social Security, we got to make sure that people are paying into said, I don't want to call it what do they say? There's a word. Anyway, so people have to pay into Social Security for people to take money out of Social Security. I can't think of the word. Obviously, it's been a long week, I should say. And Medicare, the same thing. We have to pay into Medicare for people to use that particular service. So it's important that people get back to work. One little interesting statistic is that there was the Pandemic Emergency Unemployment Compensation Program that had provided 53 weeks of additional benefits. It went into effect on April 5th, 2020, which actually is my birthday, April 5th. And it expires this week, ending September 5th. So that particular 53 weeks had blown by, and it's gone. So that actual extended benefit period, so people went through April through July, and then they actually, April through July, right? July of 2020. Then they actually extended it through September. So originally it was supposed to end on July 5th, but they extended to September 5th. So that is actually going to be the date that it's going to stop. So that's going to be an interesting thing to see how that's going to play into the economy, into the markets, and hopefully people will be out there looking for jobs, because God only knows there's a bunch of jobs. Just a few things that came across my desk. Right now, the corrections officers are hiring. They have a filing date of September 29th with an exam on November 13th. Now, starting salary for this particular position is over $42,000. I was at a meeting the other evening, and poll workers, this is not more of a longer term thing, but if you're looking for some extra money or you want to earn some extra money for the November elections, they're looking for poll workers pretty much across the board. A lot of people are not doing it for whatever reason, whether it be coronavirus or just not able to do it. So if you have some time, it might be a good opportunity to do that. One other interesting statistic that I found, according to Fortune magazine, and this was back in June of 2021, June 28th, that 33% of new jobs in the United States are for occupations that did not even exist 25 years ago. So that just kind of tells us too that we really need to be a chameleon, and we have to keep on top of the different trends that are going on in our country or in our state, and look for things that are going to, make you happy. Because, when you have a job you love, it doesn't feel like work, and I feel like that every day, so I'm very blessed. But that's something that we all need to do. So we're running close to the break. This is your financial chick, Denise Nostrom. The company is Diversified Financial Solutions. I help you look for financial solutions when you feel like there are none. So feel free to contact me at 631-758-8691 or at my website, financialchickshow.com. So we're going to be hitting the break. Stay tuned after the break, and we'll talk more about the economy and Labor Day weekend. Hi, everybody.
All right, we got 2 minutes.
Okay, thank you. Maria, Lisa, Kim, Heather, thank you guys for coming on the Facebook Live and listening in. Hope you enjoy your Labor Day. So on a break, we'll be getting back in less than a minute. A little more than a minute. So much to talk about. I only have like 11 minutes to do it. I'll just talk really fast.
We got 25 seconds.
Okay, thank you.
Ten seconds. Here we go.
Okay. Welcome back. This is Denise Nostrom, the Financial Chick. My company is in Medford, and you can reach me at 631-758-8691 or visit my website at financialchickshow.com. I am here to help you on your financial journey. Over the years, things change, and I am here to help you navigate all those changes. So we're talking a little bit before about hiring and jobs out there. So we know there are jobs. Actually, everywhere you look, they are hiring. I am just happy to say that I just hired another employee, taking my staff from 2 to 3, which was very exciting. So I want to welcome Patrick Medford High School senior Matthew Bacon to the firm. He was actually an intern, and I hired him on after he interned for a while because he just really showed some great things, and I think he's going to do great things. So I'm very excited to have him as part of my team now. If you are a client, the reason I'm bringing this up, because this is a project he had started, he jumped right in very quickly. If you are a client of Diversified Financial Solutions, we are always working to make working with us as easy as possible. So we are thrilled to introduce our new service, texting. So this may seem like super elementary, of course, but what, we all text, right? Believe it or not, in the financial services industry, many firms do not or will not allow their advisors to use text as a means of communication with their clients. So it kind of is a big deal. We have a program that is FINRA approved. Our company allows us to do it. When I start a company, my back office, which is Peak Brokerage Services. And, sometimes I know for myself too, it's just really easier to sometimes just shoot a text to somebody as opposed to typing an email that kind of gets lost into the mix and you can't find it, or you find it and then you lose it again, and it's just crazy. So Again, the texting is for quick things, not for, questions about estate planning or some major financial questions that you may have. If you want to get a call, or you're looking to set an appointment or something like that, it's just something for ease and to make things a little bit, a little bit easier for our clients, and to have the communication open, because that's the most important thing, is communication. And one thing that came along with that text was to celebrate our 1-year anniversary here on the air, or me is on the air. This is the financial check. I should say we, because I have my staff here from time to time too. But we're celebrating the 1 year. We're holding that giveaway to win the Financial Chick Care Package. If you haven't seen it, you can enter just by going on Facebook, and you can enter to win a few things. We have a sweatshirt, a diversified sweatshirt. We have a Financial Chick hat, and we have $50 Visa gift card, and a bag, pens, and some other ancillary things. And it doesn't matter where you're located. I know I have clients everywhere, actually, in Texas and in Arizona, Nevada. We're all over the street. But if you enter and you don't live in the area, one of the prizes is to come here to the station to check it out and see where it all takes place. If you're in another state and unable to actually come to the station, we can actually have you call in, and we can have you on the air and talk about some things that you may want to talk about, or questions that you have, or anything along that line. So definitely enter. Make sure you go in there and check. We're going to announce the winner next Friday, so it's pretty timely. And make sure you get your entries in there. And like I said, you have to be in it to win it. So we were talking a little bit too about debt and everything. And I'm sure we all hear these different stories, but sometimes it just seems too big and too large for life. One thing that's very interesting, you can go to usdebt, DEBT, clock.org, and you can see, this is if you don't want to get depressed, don't go on this, but if you're into numbers and you like to see this, it's something that shows all of the different information, things like the U.S. population. The U.S. population is 333,184,795 as of a little bit earlier. Now, if you go onto this debt clock, you'll see that all these numbers are swimming along very quickly. They're changing so dynamically. It's almost like a head trip, but it's kind of interesting to see all the dynamics. So we have the U.S. populations, as I indicated, at 333 million. And then we have a workforce of 152 million. Now, just as an interesting comparison, in the year 2000, we had a workforce of just under 160 million. So we're way off of where we were. Active unemployed people is over 15 million right now. Retired people account for just under 56 million, and disabled people 9 million, a little over 9 million. So it's really kind of interesting. And one thing that we always hear is, what is the debt? Well, the debt today in the U.S. is 28 trillion, closing in on 29 trillion. We're really, really close. So you might have heard this about the fiscal cliff, because the way the government always helps themselves is that they just print money and they just keep raising their ceiling, basically. So if we take a look at what the tax revenues, the budget, debt, national debt, we're going to use that as like if it was your household. So let's take a look at the numbers without these trillions and millions and all that kind of stuff, and look at, really real true numbers. So let's say you had a family income of $34,200, but which would be equivalent to the tax revenue coming into the U.S. Expenditures or expenses or a Fed budget. So 65,005. So we have income of 34. Now we're spending 65, almost 66,000. New debt that we're accumulating every year, a little over 31,000, which is the new debt that we're, with the trillions, with all those 8 zeros after it, is the amount of new debt that the U.S. is incurring. And then finally, the total debt in a family, or the national debt as we would look at it, is 267,000. So just looking at those numbers, or hearing those numbers, I should say, who in their right mind would lend money to somebody with that type of balance, right? They owe 8 times their income already, and last year they spent double of what their income was. So, look at it rationally, you say, gosh, I would never do that. Well, this is something that happens constantly with our government. And basically, most of us don't have the wherewithal, if we have debt, to print money, but the US does. So look at it another way to kind of bring it down to real life here. Let's take a look and say that you got home from work, and you find that there's been a sewer backup in your neighborhood, and your home has sewage all the way up to the ceilings. What do you think you should do? So you really have two options, right? So you either raise the ceilings, or you could remove the sewage. Most of us would do the latter, right? We would remove the sewage, but the government raises the ceiling. So this is something, and the only reason I'm kind of bringing this out is that this stuff does affect us. So just be cognizant when we vote for people and regardless of what political denomination they're from, but listen to the words that they say, because most of the time they tell you exactly what they're going to do. And I think it's important to, it's our dollars and our cents. And that's one thing that we do here at Diversified, is that we take this stuff off your back. I keep up with all this stuff to kind of help you navigate those waters. So, definitely use us to take the stress off your life. I'm going to do something fun as we end the show. It's called Things I'm Super Good At. We did this at the office and we were laughing. So it's not going to be as fun interactive, but maybe something you'll can kind of talk about over this weekend, whether you're with family. So things I'm super good at. Number 1, forgetting someone's name 30 seconds after they tell you, right? How many times does that happen? All the time. Second thing is running. Well, late, that is, running late. So I know that's something, usually there's some Fridays I'm good. Today was actually a day that I was kind of storming here from the office just because we were so busy. Number 3, making plans, then regretting making those plans. I'm sure you can all feel me with that, right? A lot of times you're really ready to go out, but other times you forget about it. Number 4, thinking of a great comeback an hour later. I'm going to kind of roll through this because the show's going so fast. Digging through the trash for the food box that you just tossed out because you already forgot what the directions were, whether it was the time or whatever the case may be. What about this one? Adding items to online carts and then deleting them. I do that all the time. Forgetting why you walked into a room. That's a big one as well. This is my favorite though. Calculating how much sleep you'll get if you could just fall asleep right this minute. So you ever look at the time and you're kind of checking out and whatever, but it's the weekend and it's a 3-day weekend. So you know what? You can sleep this weekend if you want to, or get up and stay late, whatever you want to do. But thank you so much for tuning in. This is the Financial Chick. Again, I look forward to seeing you every Friday at 5:30. Thanks, Mike's the engineer, for cueing that cool song to start us off. And have a safe and enjoyable Labor Day weekend. And I will see you next Friday. Take care. All right, guys, it's a wrap. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you being here for me. And that's it. I'm out. I'm done. Have a good one. Take care.